Good evening, everybody, and as I'm sure you're all aware, it's Nova this week, or it was Nova this week, and as usual, Games Workshop decided to tease a few upcoming releases. I say tease, they kind of showed us everything. So let's have a little look at what they've put on show for us. Anyway, first up is this amazing looking canoness from the new Sisters of Battle Army, or Adeptus Sororitas if we're going to use their correct term. But I think this looks absolutely fantastic. I really like those details hanging from her front, whatever you'd call those, I don't know. Anyway, this is the new version of the old Penitent engine with some poor chap there attached to the front. He's obviously done something very wrong. This looks pretty awesome. I fancy painting one of these myself, actually. Next up is, I think they call this a Seraphim, but I have noticed there that they've drilled the bolter barrels out really well. So if you get one of these, make sure you drill your barrels. And here we are, the standard Sister Squad. These are the new version of the old Sister Squad, but these do look absolutely fantastic. I like the way the Flamer Sister on the right there is perched on a burning corpse of sorts. And to top things off with the Sisters, it looks like you're going to be able to buy a whole army set which contains the Codex and 25 miniatures in there, so that's probably one of all the new releases. Also on show was some Lord of the Rings models, and I believe this here is Saruman and Wormtongue with his crystal ball there, and I'm going to call it a Palantir before anyone gets really angry and says it's not a crystal ball, but it is really, isn't it? Here we have... Who is that? I was about to say it's Gandalf on a horse, but I believe that's Saruman because it's got Saruman's staff. So there you go. Everyone says it's Gandalf, but I think that may be Saruman. Or is it Gandalf? It might be Gandalf. I don't know. I'm not a Lord of the Rings expert. However, I am an expert enough to know that this is a hobbit hole. No, I'm telling a lie. This is a ROHAN house, and I really like the thatched effect on the roof of that. I wonder if that is really good texture. That looks incredible. But this looks like it's all coming out with the new War in ROHAN book, which is on the way out. Another expansion for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. So, also being shown was some teasers, some little images from an upcoming animation. I forget the title of it now, but it's to do with blood angels of sorts. Something to do with their ship master, or the captain of the ship. I can't remember what you call them nowadays. But this is some upcoming stills from the animation, I believe. I've noticed there's not a lot of colour going on there. Very desaturated. I wonder if the final product will look like that, and if that is the style they're going for. But I cannot wait to see this in action. If you look closely there, you'll see that this young lady has a blood drip tattoo on her forehead, which is showing her allegiance to the Blood Angels chapter. And I believe this is a Jez Goodwin's sketch, dated 2019 there, if you're paying attention. To do with that character who we've just seen. There we go, look. Blood drip tattoo on the forehead. I really like the look of the naval void helm there. I think that looks fantastic. Will there be a model for her? I imagine so. This is to do, this Crimson Fist here, to do with the Warhammer Legends. Now apparently all the old models, which aren't going to get new rules, are keeping their old rules in something they're going to call Warhammer Legends. So people such as this chaplain on a bike here, he has no updated rules, but he does have rules in the old index, and apparently that will just be sort of frozen, never updated, but the rules will still be valid. And here we have a Space Marine strangling a man with his own medal. No, this is to do with the new Warhammer Heroes, or whatever they call it. So if you'd like to nominate anyone at all, you can. I don't know how you do it, to be honest. These are the new Age of Sigmar Tyrannid faction. No, I tell a lie. This is the Ossiarch Bonereapers for Age of Sigmar, and I think these look incredible. The detail on these models, you're going to see in a minute, is absolutely brilliant. Apparently these are guys that have been made from bone by Nagash. I'm not overly familiar with the lore, but look at these models here. The detail is incredible. That crow there, I like the way he's got just a skull for a head. Absolutely marvellous. Now I believe this is the top man of the Ossiarch Bonereapers, and it looks like the designers have been watching a lot of Prometheus, or perhaps 300. He looks a bit like an engineer cross with Xerxes from that movie. This thing also reminds me of the thing that the Xerxes rides on with all the legs on the bottom. But this is some sort of bone trebuchet. It's self-propelled with all those little feet down there. And I think this is incredible. Look, there's another little bone-headed crow on there. These really remind me of the old out-of-production Tyrannid models. All they're missing is a longer tail, but look at the detail on these. The blue areas there for the armor panels look absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see what the experts in the hobby do with these things. I'm not sure what this model is. He looks like a sort of magician type, obviously in the same faction. He's dealing his death, almost a Grim Reaper sort of fellow. I wonder if anyone will say Necrons. We shall see. Here we have some mounted Ossiarch Bonereapers, and I really like the way the chap in the middle there looks really happy and pleased with himself. That's probably because he's able to carry the flag. Everyone's happy who carries the flag. And here we are, that guy on the right. Look at him, bottom right. Look at that smile. He's obviously, and the one on the left, they're very happy to be here. And I'm not surprised because these minis do look absolutely fantastic. That paint job, however, really sets them off. I think this is great. I don't know who painted these, but 10 out of 10 for that. Monsters and Mercenaries for the current Age of Sigmar Warcry game. Yeah, we all know what this is. And here, I believe, is a little clip from the Mercenaries and Monsters Warcry game. A three-headed beast there on the right. I like that sort of hexagonal highlighting going on his leg there. I think that looks incredible. I'd like to see some more of that model. And what would a teaser show be without a new Space Marine? Anyway, this is the new Kayvaan Shrike model, which is coming out. He's got an updated beaky mini and a lovely emo haircut. But I really like that rebar going on the bottom there on that scenic base. Fantastic. They've even put a little poster on the scenic base there, if you have a little look on the right hand side. But I'm glad to see that Primaris are getting the old beaky helmets, because beakies are the best. You may disagree, but that's entirely up to you. Anyway, and also they teased some new plastic Howling Banshee Eldar Aspect Warriors. That really was a mouthful. Anyway, that concludes our look at Nova. So I thank you very much for watching, and please let us know what you thought of Nova yourself. And if there's any other models that you'd like to see more of, or can't wait to buy yourself, or will be buying, please leave a comment below, and please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.